Welcome everybody. How y'all doing, man? How's everybody doing? And listen, I just want to ask you a little question before I get started on this video here. If you can please let me know in the comments how the quality of the sound is, because I'm now using this microphone, this wireless microphone, and I just was curious as to what you guys thought about the quality of the sound and um, if it's much better than what it's been in the prior videos. Same with the channel message that I just brought through from the Divine Council of Nine. Um, yeah, they brought a very interesting. It's interesting because I've been kind of jumping around. Well, not really jumping around, but waiting to hear the dates and what was actually going to be happening as far as this training that I am looking into. And well, just so happens that um, everything happens for a reason. And I was getting ready to, I think, do like one of my practices that I do in the morning. And all of a sudden, I think I had gotten an email and it dropped down, and it literally was a Zoom call that the instructors were actually having, like right at that moment on Zoom. And how things come into your awareness when they're, it's really interesting and ironic. I mean, granted, I could have probably seen the recording, but there was a couple things that I was able to like ask questions about. Uh, and I got the things answered that I was asking for. And so, yeah, it was very interesting that it popped in my awareness like that. Now it's going to be down to whether or not it's choiceless. And and yes, it is breath work. It is breathing training. This would definitely take my breathing techniques and more tools in my tool belt and to a whole nother level. Um, you guys know if you followed me on this channel with Luna, my breathwork journey and my breathing journey in general. And I definitely want to tell you, and I say without with just so much humbleness and compassion for everyone that I struggled, man, with the breathing, and I know how powerful it is. Majority of my life, I was mouth breathing and shallow breathing, and anyone that does that or has done that knows what I mean. And that's exactly why I'm so passionate about it. And I know that it's assisted me with my emotional regulation, with my just navigating different emotions and feelings and my reactivity and uh, yeah, if I compare myself to who I was 10 years ago, which mind you, I don't judge myself at all. Um, I just want to say that um, I don't judge myself at all. I I know how much it's changed my life. And this is not like a video to sell something or promote something. It's just kind of like on the back of like the Divine Council of Nine, bringing forward the breath and how um, most spiritual gurus or teachers or leaders, whatever you want to call anyone, because we're all teachers in one way, shape, or form anyway. Um, the one thing that is always said, which is what the divine just said, is go within. And what is within you? The breath, breathing. And I literally can't tell you how life changing it has been for me. If you've watched my lives, if you watch my videos, it's been just quite literally life changing for me. Like I said, if I look at, how I was before and where I've come now, um, it's beyond anything that I can even. I am so grateful. I am so grateful that uh, probably 7 to 10 years ago, I started just dabbling with breathing. There was different apps that I was on and YouTube and different things that were actually really helping me with like panic attacks and just being in a moment where like someone's like hyperventilating, I would venture to say it's like very similar to that when you're in a panic attack, and that at that time, thank God there was people out there putting themselves out there, and just with different breathing techniques that could support you. And I literally had these situations that got to the point where I had no other choice but to do it, you know? And I think and I believe that we get to that point sometimes where our human and higher self leads us to certain situations that are really challenging and difficult so that you do adopt different habits or different ways of being in those moments. And it's like I just was told and shown that, it's like in the moments of like chaos or what you would call chaos or challenge or difficulty or whatever the case may be, um, those are the times when um, again, you want to be doing these things when you're not in those situations so that when are in those situations, you now have this tool and this habit that will actually help you. Because most of the time, uh, I can tell you from my own experiences that you throw everything out the window when you're in those situations. But the more and more you practice it just on a regular basis, whatever it is, because there's so many different ways to breathe and just playing around with all different kinds of ways, man, till you find the ones that actually help you the most. Because, and again, different ones are going to support you at different times, but I can tell you what, man, we wouldn't have been created. Oh, sorry about that. That probably made a loud sound. I apologize. It's just I move my hands a lot when I'm talking, as you've probably seen. Um, in different situations and times in your life, you're gonna use and need different things dependent on whatever you're experiencing. And we wouldn't have gotten this tool, this one tool that has been totally neglected, that I wish would have been something that was taught in schools when we were kids, different ways to breathe. Um, and not even different ways, but even trained us to have a healthy way of breathing. Because to be honest with you, when you mouth breathe, and I'll just give this little insight, when you're mouth breathing, you're literally breathing into the sympathetic nervous system, which is where a lot of trauma and things like that is stored. So you can imagine that if you're breathing that way all the time, you're stimulating your nervous system, like in fight or flight, like all the time. And that was me. And I can't deny that. And my father would tell me, and probably there's videos that he recorded of me as a kid and growing up that, hey, Daren, and I know for a fact that he would say it all the time, Daren, close your mouth. Like interestingly enough, he was never taught the proper way to breathe, but yet for some reason he knew that that wasn't healthy to breathe that way. I think that it was just because, I don't know, I looked weird doing it or something, and he was doing it, but I think he was doing it unconsciously, like kind of telling me, "Hey, Daren, like close your mouth," you know. And in the last 7 to 10 years that I've been on this breathing and breath work journey, I don't mouth breathe anymore. I literally don't. And usually I'm breathing deeply in and deeply out, but usually with my mouth closed. Um, and as you could see in most of my videos when I'm channeling, I'm breathing in between like messages that are coming through. I'm breathing in and out deeply, because listen, at the end of the day, when you're not in those states of calmness and in your heart and in the present moment, you have a more difficult time connecting with your higher self and aligning with your higher self. So the more that you can practice being, uh, uh, you know, conscious of your breath and focused on your breath, and that will then, you will then be dropped in your heart. You will be in your heart center. You will be in the present moment. You will be in the here and now. You will be what is most important, and what we all strive to be is aligned perfectly, and again, we're all a work in progress, if you want to call it that. Even though we're all perfect and whole and complete, there's things that we have adopted over the years that are practices, that are habits that we've adopted, that some of them we don't even know are good or bad for us, and I, like I said, man, I had nobody to guide me other than my higher self, which is the biggest and most important one guiding me. I mean, that's what you want to have, but we're always being guided, every single one of us. And one way or another, we're going to get there some way, somehow. And maybe sometimes it's the long way, sometimes it's the way that, is the more challenging way, that you'd rather have it the shorter way, but sometimes you're just not ready to hear the messages, or you're not ready for that hit, even though you think you are. And maybe it comes into your awareness at some point, and then you just don't do it at this time, because you're just not ready, or it's not the time for it, or somebody else is meant to teach it, or that's just a seed that's being planted. So listen, at the end of the day, man, the big message that they came through with is how powerful the breath is, and how important it is, and how to not neglect it, and realize that it is a tool that we've been given, that is such a gift. And you want to know how to bring yourself to center. You want to know how to bring yourself into alignment. You want to know how to be calm and relaxed and centered. It's your breath. It's your breath, which you have inside of you always. So get out there, man, and start exploring different ways of breathing. Find ways that would light you up. Find ways that would help you. And when you have a profound moment, when it's like, oh my God, wow, this actually helps. Oh my God. And you are in such a state where you then find this unique way of breathing that supports you and helps you. You'll be like, oh my God, like, why didn't I find this long ago? So yeah, I guess you could say that I'm getting that light is coming back, more and more, because I know what it's done for me, and I know how much it's changed my life in a positive way, and impacted it in so many ways. Um, and I'm so grateful, so grateful. But I know that it was part of my journey, and it's part of my journey going forward. And um, so, with that being said, man, thank you guys so much for all that you do. I hope that this tool and this tip and this reminder helps you in your journey each and every day. And I love you all so much. And um, I'm gonna try to post this video. Maybe this is one I'm gonna post during in this morning. Um, and I'm just gonna remind everybody. Hopefully, you watch this to the end. That we have an event today. This is why I'm probably gonna post this today. And like maybe after I get done here. That we have an event today, me and Luna. It's called Infinite Possibilities, and it's really going to be powerful. We put people in breakout rooms and stuff like that. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite. You can go to darenandluna.com/links, LINKS, and then you can go join Infinite Possibilities or join Kundalini Activation. It will then take you over to Eventbrite, and then you'll see all the events we have. We still have one more Kundalini Activation on the 30th on Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. And we also have today Infinite Possibilities at 12 p.m. Eastern. If you want to be a part of that, go to our website or go to Eventbrite and search up Daren and Luna, find the events that we have, and you'll see it there, and you can purchase your ticket. It is super powerful. You don't want to miss it. Again, join us on Patreon. We include a lot of these events in Patreon, and you get to be a part of an amazing community. So I hope to see you there. And like I said, today, March 26th, 10 a.m. or 12 p.m. Eastern, we have Infinite Possibilities. You can find it on our website at www.darenandluna.com. It's also in the description of every video on all social media platforms. Follow us at Daren and Luna on every social media platform. And yeah, I hope to see you on our journey and to join us and to empower yourself with the breath. I love you all, man, from the bottom of my heart. Take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you on the next live, on the next video somewhere around the world. Until then, join us. Let's create this beautiful new earth together. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. Share these videos out, man. Share this video out to someone you know that needs it. Very soon we're going to be doing breathwork groups, so stay tuned for that. There's a lot coming down the pipeline. I love you all, man, from the bottom of my heart. Take care of yourselves and each other. Until then, let's go.